Late comedian Tony Slattery laid his soul bare in Seoul 6 years ago as he began to embark on a comeback. The 65-year-old spoke openly about his drug and alcohol addictions during a talk in Belfast and recalled hitting rock bottom during one serious mental health crisis. The British star, known for Channel 4's comedy improvisation show Whose Line Is It Anyway? And comedy shows Just a Minute and Have I Got News For You, died on Tuesday aged 65 following a heart attack, his partner, the actor Mark Michael Hutchinson previously announced. In 2020, Slattery, who regularly spoke openly about his bipolar disorder, revealed he went bankrupt following a battle with substance abuse and mental health issues. He told the Radio Times that his fiscal illiteracy and general innumeracy as well as his misplaced trust in people had also contributed to his money problems. Slattery released the BBC Two Horizon documentary What's the Matter with Tony Slattery? In the same year, which saw him and Hutchinson visit leading experts on mood disorders and addiction. He had previously appeared in 2006 BBC Two programme The Secret Life of the Manic Depressive to speak about his condition. He said, "I rented a huge warehouse by the River Thames. I just stayed in there on my own, didn't open the mail or answer the phone for months and months and months. I was just in a pool of despair and mania." He added how he wasn't in the financial situation to pay for the subsequent cleanup. Speaking as a guest of the Belfast of the Cinepunct organisation, who meet to discuss movies and mental health, Slattery shared how treatment for mental health issues like his own at the time was a postcode lottery. At the event in Belfast, the late comic also revealed how his parents were originally from Connemara but moved to England in search of a better life. However, upon moving to the UK, Slattery remembers how his late parents' experiences anti-Irish prejudice. Throughout the talk, Slattery, who was joined by his partner Mark, discussed other sensitive moments from his life with the audience, including the abuse he suffered as a child carried out by a priest and being attacked by a nun for not knowing the words of the Lord's Prayer. At the event 6 years ago, Slattery was adamant his childhood had been a happy one, Belfast Telegraph reports. Earlier this week, it was revealed that a fundraiser to cover Slattery's funeral costs has exceeded its £8,000 target. An official crowdfunder for the funeral, which has raised more than £10,000 so far, said it would take a huge weight off Mark's shoulders at this miserable time. And said he and Slattery had been looking forward to celebrating their 40th anniversary this year. Tony's death was sudden and unexpected, and sadly he had not made any provisions for his funeral, the fundraiser said. Sadly, in later years mental health issues had diminished Tony's career, but with the unwavering support of his long-term partner, Mark, he made it through the wilderness and was back touring and performing comedy. Life was starting to look rosy again when, to the great shock of all who knew him, he suffered a fatal heart attack. Because Tony was only just getting back to work, and because his passing was so unexpected, there wasn't a plan B in place. Born on November 9, 1959, Slattery was the contemporary of Dame Emma Thompson, Sir Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie at the University of Cambridge. He was a former president of the improvisation group Cambridge Footlights, and had recently been touring a comedy show in England and launched a podcast, Tony Slattery's Rambling Club, in October. Outside of stand-up, Slattery appeared in 1980s and 1990s films including crime thriller The Crying Game, Peter's Friends with Laurie, Sir Stephen and Dame Emma, and black comedy How to Get Ahead in Advertising with Richard E. Grant. He also had prominent roles in the theatre, including receiving a 1995 Olivier Award nomination for Best Comedy Performance for the Tim Firth play Neville's Island, which was later made into a film starring Timothy Spall, and starring in Second World War set production Privates on Parade, based on the film of the same name, as ace impersonator Captain Terry Dennis. His West End debut was in the 1930s style musical Radio Times, and on TV he also played a detective in Tiger Bastable, a gentleman comedy spoof, and the title character in sitcom, Just a Gigolo. If you're struggling and need to talk, the Samaritans operate a free helpline open 24/7 on 116 123. Alternatively, you can email joe@samaritans.org or visit their site to find your local branch.